stress, but me not roll that way.
I strictly sense me love we no deal with no play.
When me burn up me spliff, it make my eyes turn red. Yeah, me feel alright, me shake me red.
So what are you doing?
Nothing.
Nothing? Why not?
I'm trying to get on this Lifestyle Radio website.
Sounds like a cool website.
Yeah, it's alright. Oh, wait, I might have it.
You might have it.
You're listening to Lifestyle Radio.
The opinions expressed during this show are those of the individual participants and do not necessarily reflect the opinions of their associated organizations or Lifestyle Radio.
You know I blame it on industry. I blame it on my own hypocrisy. Miseducation and politicians. No one's willing to step up and speak.
Hello everyone and welcome to the P.A.C.E Radio Show. I'm your host, Al Graham, and as usual, we are live at lifestyleradio.ca, but as you heard recently, I am also live at the front window at Canada's in Campbellford. I'm watching the traffic go by, and I'm watching people walk by as well. So hopefully they come into the store, and we'll have them on sometime during the show. See what happens. Tonight on the show, I am joined by Northern Ontario Kim Cooper and her guest, who is somebody who's getting something going that's been a little bit quiet lately, but we'll find out how much noise they're going to make in the future. And something tells me we're going to be talking about some peak pleasures today as well. But before we meet our guests, Kim and I are going to talk some news. Hi, Kim. How are you?
Pretty good, Al. Pretty good. How you doing tonight there at the shop out in there in Campbellford in front of everybody on the streets?
Yes, it's I'm doing good. I'm doing much better than I was at Christmas time, I can tell you that. But once the weather warms up, we're going to go mobile, and we're going to go out on the streets during the show too.
Oh, that'll be very cool. Yeah, we're all hoping to get rid of this winter weather, I think.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah. We just got a big dump of snow. I imagine you did too.
Yeah, we're pretty snowed in up here.
What are they calling for, Wayne? 8 degrees this weekend?
Yeah, it's supposed to be crazy warm up here too, and we're all looking at each other, scratching our heads, going, "Oh yeah, that's normal for February."
Yeah, not really, not really. Okay, Kim. Before we bring our guest in, we've got a couple of things we want to discuss. First, I want to remind everybody about the Mum Cup and the 420 Road Show.
Yeah, we got that coming up next week. I'm so excited. I'm going to be making my first trip out to B.C., and I'm getting together with two other co-hosts and hosts on the show here on the Lifestyle Network. Debbie Stultz-Giffen is going to be joining me out there from the P.A.C.E Radio Show. And also we've got Tamara Cartwright joining us there from Coffee and Cannabis with Marijuana, which is also on Lifestyle. No. So, and of course, you and Al here at home base chiming in and asking questions of what's going on. It should be a great event. That's taking place on the Sunday.
Looking forward to it. What's the date again?
Sunday the 26th.
26th, right? Yeah.
Yeah, the 26th.
Yeah.
Sunday the 26th. We haven't got times laid down yet, so that'll be to be announced. But watch for ads all over the place in social media.
Well, I would say it's a good chance it'll be in the afternoon, being you'll be 3 hours behind us.
Yeah, well, for sure in the afternoon.
At our end, for sure. Okay, also I want to remind everybody about the free stuff. Go to the website, pace-online.ca. Send us a message there. Let us know that you want some free stuff, and I'll send you something. It could be an autographed issue of TY, issue 1, autographed by Marco. I've got TY pens. We've got DVDs, T-shirts, bags, other stuff as well. That I'll just throw something together and I'll throw it in the mail, and you can use it to educate people. All the better.
Awesome possum. Always like free stuff.
That's right. And just so you know, Wayne's just told me that anybody who comes into the store during the show, up until he's going to get until we're done here, they're going to get 5 free buttons. They're all cannabis buttons, so that way you can have a voice without saying anything.
Woohoo! More free stuff. Come on into the shop right there in Campbellford.
Yes, and actually, maybe we'll have somebody. This would be great. Just never know.
Yeah.
Sometimes sometimes we've had people in that refuse to talk.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the thing.
A lot of people clam up when they see the microphone.
Yeah, they do. Okay, now we got two quick news items. I see there in the Globe and Mail they're saying that more than $1 million of tainted cannabis has been destroyed.
Yeah, I'm glad it's been destroyed. A lot of people are saying, well, what the hell? Why is it being destroyed? I've heard that a couple of times on a few of my social media outlets. And it's like, well, unless you had your head under a rock, then you should know why it's being destroyed. It's poison.
Yeah.
Who the hell wants it?
Yeah, who wants to inhale some hydrogen cyanide?
Yeah. I mean, it's already being linked to some medical problems in certain patients from coast to coast. Not isolated in any one region. Also, class action lawsuits are being formed with different law firms.
Yeah.
I mean, this is a big thing.
Mm-hmm. Sure is. Well, Metrum alone is $800,000 worth of stuff that they've had to destroy. Yeah. Organogram, $500,000.
Yeah. And the thing that pisses me off most about Organigram is on their website, they still have their claim that they are an organic grower, and they lost their status as a certified organic grower at the end of last year. That should not be allowed to be advertised as organic.
Yeah, because I had seen something that said that they dropped the word certified.
Yeah, they're still hinting at the fact that they're organic, and they're not. It's been proven. They use chemicals. You're in the ban.
Yeah. You know, there are other ways of doing it other than putting sprays on things. So.
Yeah, especially when you find out they were hiding the stuff in the ceiling when investigators came.
Oh, I see. There's a quote here in the article from somebody close to me. When you're given a license by the government of Canada, you are entrusted by the government and us to make sure that your product was safe. I used to be a nurse. Yeah. Mistakes were not acceptable. You're dealing with people's health.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And that's exactly right.
Yeah, exactly. And I know we've had patients that come in here, and they're concerned, for sure, big time.
Yeah.
Okay, and also there was an article in Now Toronto about the police have declared war on Toronto's dispensaries again. I guess. Yeah. Looks like they're
so in their view. We're going to arrest the people that aren't cooperating with the police for reporting that they've been victimized. So on the same coin, it would be the same scenario as arresting someone who's been beaten for not identifying their attacker. It's the same premise. So far to date, I think Kirk Tusaw is the one that put the actual numbers out in the beginning on social media. But I've heard that there's been an estimated $7 million in tax dollars spent on busting dispensaries so far since the Liberals got in power.
Yeah.
I mean, now you're calling for more of the same thing against someone you have already identified as the victim.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I know, it's crazy. I know there's a quote in here. I'm just looking through the article. There was a quote in here I saw earlier where people have actually, people won't call because they're worried about getting busted. And there was an example of such a situation of that.
Yeah. And it's the same thing as people don't call when they're victimized by a gang for fear of retaliation by the gang. Well, it's the same thing. You don't then turn that victim into a criminal and put them in the criminal system because they refuse to cooperate with you.
Yeah, I know. And the city says they got no authority in order to regulate them while they're doing it in British Columbia and Vancouver and Victoria and other places.
That's right. It's working just fine in many communities across this land now, and more are climbing on board and looking at ways that they can implement things in their own communities. I mean, it's happening, and it's happening long term with success in places like BC. So there's no reason it can't happen in Toronto.
Yeah, exactly. I like to see them get started on something. You
Yeah,
know, it's not right to be busting all these people. So,
absolutely.
all right, let's move on to our guest. And our guest
Okay.
tonight, as I said, is a person who is educating people as well as couples about the pleasures of life, whether it's cannabis or not. So I'd like to welcome Antuanette Gomez onto the P.A.C.E Radio Show. Antuanette, you there?
Hi, I'm here.
Good, good. How are you tonight?
I'm doing real good. I feel
Good.
amazing.
Yeah. That's always nice, eh?
Mm-hmm.
Yes. So what we normally do here is I usually let the joint host get going. She's invited to the show. Let her get going with some questions, and I'll just pop in along the way and ask as the night goes on.
Awesome, thank you.
All right. And I just want to, welcome to the show. Good stuff.
Thanks, Al. Thanks so much for the intro, Al. You're always awesome. And I know we're going to be hearing from you shortly on many subjects we're going to be discussing with Antuanette tonight. I can guarantee that.
She's talking
Antuanette, you know what I'm talking about. Antuanette Gomez, you are quite an ambitious young lady. You're originally, I see, from Lima, Peru.
Mm-hmm.
And then you lived in Vancouver, and now you're in Toronto, Ontario. And you are now taken up as the chairwoman of Women Grow in Toronto chapter. That was established just over a year ago, I believe, in Toronto area. And you're going to take that over and revitalize it. You also have your own business, which we'll find out about in a little while, called P.A.C.E. And that's a small company that you operate out of Ontario as well. Thank you so much for joining us, Antuanette, and welcome to the show.
Well, thank you so much, Kim. I'm so excited to be here. I would love to share Women Grow Toronto with you guys and my company, P.A.C.E. I have so much going on right now, but it's so exciting because in Toronto, there are so many emerging cannabis businesses. So it's so exciting to be collaborating with them, seeing the future of cannabis, just manifest it all over Canada. And I just came from the Women Grow Summit like 2 weeks ago, I think, in Denver, Colorado. So I just met 900 women from all over the world working in cannabis. And we just had like 4 days of industry events, so many networking parties, lightning talks and breakout sessions and amazing panels. Like we just were able to learn so much, meet each other, and so now we get to take all of that energy and put it back into the industry and see what we can, how we can impact.
Absolutely.
Change.
Wow. Don't you just love those kind of events, the summit events where everybody gets together? You meet so many people from all over and all like-minded after the same goal. And it's rejuvenating. It brings life and spirit back into you to bring back home and feel like you want to go full charge ahead.
Totally.
Yeah. They're fantastic,
So
those summits.
And that's what Women Grow wants to do. They want to educate, connect, and empower women in the cannabis industry.
Awesome. Well, I know your predecessor very well, Lisa Campbell. I believe she's the one that brought Women Grow to Toronto to start with.
Yeah.
Excellent woman, but wow, she is also one very, very busy lady with a lot on her plate. I'm interested to find out about what your ambitions are and what you see in the future for Women Grow.
Yeah, so for the future of Women Grow, we have a new mission and we have a new vision statement, which is so exciting. So we're planning to get 1 million women working in the cannabis industry. That is what we're aspiring to do. And we're doing it in a few ways. We're still going to continue the signature networking events that we have on the first Thursday of every month, which every woman loves, which is at the first Thursday of every month, women from different provinces and different states and a few different other countries will meet up that are all interested in the cannabis industry or working in the industry. And they get to meet other women that maybe they would be able to collaborate with or learn something with Sometimes they end up mentoring each other. And what's beautiful is like with our membership as well, people are even able to connect across borders, which is so beautiful. And I think it's so important to do so, to really help out our other sisters in different areas, because we're all in really different like stages of prohibition, and it's really nice to like acknowledge what they're going through, and we can all really help each other with it. But
absolutely,
it's all
strength in
happening
numbers
so fast, and I love that with technology on our backs like right now, it's so amazing that like what we can come up with. So many businesses come out of Women Grow because you're able to meet that missing person, or to learn that missing piece that you needed, or to be inspired to see what you want to do in this industry. And what's so beautiful is that I love helping people find what they want to do, because there's so much room. There's room for everybody in the cannabis industry. And I think it's so beautiful that they get to actually do what they love, because there's so much room. So a lot of the people totally find themselves in their business like I did completely. I find that I am all about, bringing up the fellow woman around me and trying to, just get them as happy and successful as they can. And just share that within like women that are not with us. So like in third world countries or across borders, but just connecting. That's really important.
Yeah. Empowering one another. I mean, there's strength in numbers. That's the bottom line. And the wider you can cast your net to allow women to grasp onto that and build on that, the better off we will all be in the end. Women have been making the news quite a bit lately. Mainstream media as well, such as the Times recently did a piece about how women are coming up in the new cannabis industry. And it's largely dominated nowadays by women in new enterprises.
Yeah, 36% more women in executive levels in cannabis compared to the average 22%, which is really cool. And I love that.
Yeah.
It's like we're fine. What's so beautiful is that it's honestly the first industry where men and women can join at the same time,
Yeah.
and we're able to do so. And there's so much more women that are going to school, that are so educated, and they're doing it themselves, or with other women. And we're creating a lot of woman-friendly brands, So the cannabis products that come out are very like feminine, in the sense where, like, I even love how packaging for cannabis is usually always thought about, patients. And so it has to be easy access. And so it's just, there's so much feminine energy with the rising of like Mary Jane, and to just have it in the industry just makes so much sense.
Yeah. Well, once again, women are at the forefront of caring for the families. That's been our main job for centuries upon centuries. We are the caregivers of the families. So essentially, we're the ones that are shopping for the products that are holistic and looking for natural remedies and new products to treat our families. So it makes sense that a lot of products are geared towards women in advertising, and towards that would be the main people shopping for the products are women.
Exactly. Yeah. And it's
I think it's great to see all the involvement of the ladies within the cannabis community. And, they played a big role in ending alcohol prohibition, and they seem to be doing the same thing with the cannabis as well.
That's right. Alcohol prohibition, and also the females' right to vote, right down into the states where lots of women join the movement for equal rights for blacks, and front seat of the bus and all of that kind of stuff. A lot of white females join those types of movements as well. Females have been at the forefront of most eventful change throughout our history.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
That's beautiful. Women are so inspiring. And I love that it's also challenging, because I'm trying to challenge the way we used to do business, the way how we're supposed to do business like a man would, like squeezing every dollar and mass production. You know, we're really trying to put a lot of thought and cautious into not just our brand, but how it's going to impact the world as well.
That's right. That's right. At most of the wonderful green initiatives that I found in products, especially home-based products and small businesses starting out, such as craft cannabis enterprises and stuff, all of them that I think that I've seen with green initiative have had female CEOs or owners.
That's amazing. I had no idea. That's great.
Yeah, I haven't met a male CEO yet with a green initiative at the forefront so far. I'm still looking.
What a coincidence.
Yeah. Women Grow. So now, for people that aren't familiar with what Women Grow is, tell us, what do your seminars entail? What is the first Thursday of every month? What happens?
So the first Thursday of every month, we have our networking signature events, and they're so much fun. So they start at 6 to 8, and basically we have these signature events because we want to really normalize cannabis. So the themes are very, very open. So we can have themes that are like geared towards cannabis stocks, right? So I really want Toronto to take advantage of the cannabis industry, what's going on right now, and not just, not touch it because of a stigma, I really want them to be a part of the movement. I want everybody to. So I want to I want to show them different kind of experts in the industry that they can get involved with, not only just dispensaries and licensed producers, but there's a whole other industry as well. It's huge. So I really want to show how diverse it is, how diverse cannabis is. So it's going to be very, very much geared to the general public, to absolutely anybody that's interested in cannabis. And what's beautiful is everybody that works in cannabis is also going to find a space there because they're going to be able to network and collaborate with other business owners or people that want to have a startup. And those usually formulate out of Women Grow, all the time. It's a very common thing. So I want to
get
just
some collaborations going with meeting with other people. Awesome opportunity for collaborations and places to fill in with people that you're in need of looking for somebody for a certain job. I mean, it's an awesome opportunity for everybody. And really, no matter what your heart's desire is, that what makes you happy, whether it's growing or baking or making creams and lotions or soaps or whatever your heart's desire is that makes you happy, you can turn that into cannabis-based business. And that's where the industry is right now, just wide open.
In the business. Yeah, that's why we try to be a very professional network. We're a professional network organization that supports female leaders in all segments in the cannabis industry.
Go ahead. Sorry, I jump in every once in a while at the wrong time. Go ahead.
Well, our goal is just to connect, educate, and empower women. That's
how many chapters is there of the Women's Grow?
There's over 40 chapters right now.
Nice.
It's insane. Yeah, and they keep growing. And I just want more people to contact me if they're ever thinking of opening up a chapter in their province, and if it's not, or even in the States, just contact it. Like Women Grow, we're so open to new chapters right now, so it's really exciting.
Awesome.
So
is there other chapters within the province? Like, is Toronto the only one in the province, or can there be one in like Hamilton and Ottawa and other cities have them?
I'm currently looking into the Hamilton one. That is, so Toronto is a little bit different from the United States. So I'm trying to see how I'm going to figure it out, because it's usually supposed to be one chapter per province or state. But I think I'm gonna need a little bit more in Ontario, because we're huge. We have people in Hamilton, and then there's also people up north as well, because we go really up north. So I think we're gonna need a few in Women Grows in Ontario.
Yeah,
so
Ontario.
I just want to see, how many people are there. So we're definitely looking into it right now. So if you're interested, like, please let me know.
Like Ontario is probably the size of like 4 or 5 states, isn't it? Like,
Yeah, really, for real.
We're like
Yeah.
30 hours to drive across the province or something like that. It's just.
I know. I love being in the States because you can just like drive a few hours and you're in like a completely different state and it feels like a completely different country. So I love it.
Well, we have that here. There's just no physical borders.
Yeah.
So do you have men involved in the Women's Grow?
Yeah. So what I love about Women's Grow is that it's for anybody that that supports women working in the cannabis industry. Yeah. That's how we like to phrase it. So if you're supporting women or diversity in the cannabis industry, then we would love to have you at our events.
Yeah. Nice.
Yeah. Awesome. Yeah. Awesome. So you have, during these events, there's normally like a keynote speaker or a special guest?
Yeah, so we usually have 1 or 2 speakers, and then, sometimes we're sponsored by a few companies that give out goodie bags as well for women to take home. And then we have like a little networking session, but we try to have it educational as well. You try to learn something from either a company or something that's currently local, what's going on right now in the industry, try to keep it current. But then we also have 3 events a month. So we're taking it up a notch this time. So we're having the networking signature events, which are on the first Thursday of every month. And then we're going to have 1 other female-centered event every month. And we're also going to have an educational event every month. So I really love the team that I have created with Women Grow. We have Melissa Rolston. She's the vice chair. And she works with cannabis with clinics and hospitals right now and licensed producers. So she's like really hands-on with what's going on right now in the medical world. So she really wants to create an educational day for the public, for absolutely anybody who would like to partake, which is so beautiful. I just love creating this space for people. And then the women's segment, the women's event that we're going to have is mostly geared to like mentorship, women that can meet other women that have different skills to offer each other and can learn from each other. And we just create the space for them to meet, which would be beautiful.
Sounds fabulous.
Do you have are you going to be meeting basically in the same spot? That way people will be able to know where you're at?
No, I think it's going to be a different spot like every month. We're trying not to have like one specific location because we have different themes. Okay. Going to be fun. So, it's going to be a little bit different, and hopefully it's going to be a lot larger, and we're starting in April, which is really exciting.
Excellent. And do you have your first guests already booked?
I can't announce it yet.
I was hoping for a scoop.
We're looking for a scoop. Yeah, Kim's usually good at getting them.
I've gotten a few out of people.
Yeah, that's right.
I was hoping to pull a scoop there. I've tried that a few times. Antuanette, so sorry, it's the reporter in me.
I love it. No worries. I'm sharp.
An update from the window. An update from the window here. We did have an ambulance go by a little while ago.
Oh goodness!
I haven't seen him come back yet.
Al is doing all the people watching.
Yes.
But yeah, Toronto really missed this. Once Women Go ended a few months ago, it kind of like became a little distant. The community kind of like kind of lost that community almost. So I'm so excited to bring it back, and I feel like it's grown so much since, so it's just going to be even better than ever.
Well, it creates a drive.
Yeah. And we just had the Women's March, the largest march in the world, just happened like last month, right? Yeah. So it's so exciting that so much can happen when women get together. I've started like 3 companies with other women, and it's so amazing how they have always been so supportive of me and have helped me go through so much with just like my learning experience just on how to create a business and how to work with other people. So I just really want to share that with more women.
Absolutely. And Women Grow is in a position to do that.
Yeah, and if these are women who are maybe just thinking about it and aren't sure whether they want to come out of the closet, getting together with a group like this would help them further that.
That's right.
Yeah. So.
Yeah, if you're thinking about it, it's in the back of your mind, but you're not really sure. It's a good event to attend.
It's such an amazing feeling to find other people that are so like-minded as you.
Yeah.
It's like a blessing. You meet like
absolutely. It makes you feel at ease. It creates an ease within you. You're just like, oh, this weight is lifted. You can breathe. Life is good. And as soon as that happens, then the energy and the ideas begin to flow.
I believe that our bumper music as we go into a break helps people get into the ease. And I picked this because I believe that I'm not sure whether Antuanette drinks or not, but a little bit of weed and wine as we go into the break with the salads, I think might be just about right, So,
there we go.
So after the break, Kim and I will continue our talk with Antuanette Gomez of Women's Grow Toronto. This is P.A.C.E Radio Show at lifestyleradio.ca. This is P.A.C.E Radio Show.
You're listening to Lifestyle Radio.
Canada, the time to act is now. These days, your customers are seeking variety. Increase your earning potential by expanding your inventory with CC Nexus, Canada's largest cannabis seed wholesaler. CC Nexus stocks over 60 reputable breeders, including Canuck seeds, with a wealth of autoflower, regular, feminized, and CBD strains. All first-time customers will receive a free pack of Canuck seeds, plus a mug, t-shirt, and additional promotional materials. Add strains and increase your profit with CC Nexus, your Canadian-owned and operated wholesaler of cannabis seeds. Discreet, worldwide stealth shipping from Canada, supporting you locally. Call today, 1-844-843-7995, 1-844-843-7995, or visit us at ccnexus.global.
The following is a public service announcement from the Canadian Therapeutic Cannabis Partners Society. The Canadian Therapeutic Cannabis Partners Society is a non-profit organization dedicated to ensuring improved access to therapeutic cannabis and cannabis byproducts in Canada. With a federal government that has committed to legalizing cannabis, we feel it is our duty to ensure that the medicinal use of cannabis doesn't get lost in the process and that there are clear distinctions made between the medicinal and recreational use of cannabis. It is our mission to ensure that government regulation doesn't get in the way of a sick, disabled, or terminally ill person's right to use or produce this amazing natural health product. If you would like to get involved, you can contact us on the internet, www.canadiantherapeuticCannabisPartners.com, on Facebook, CTCP Society, or search Canadian Therapeutic Cannabis Partners.
CTCP now operates a medicinal cannabis signing clinic. If you want to grow your own medicinal cannabis and are located anywhere in Canada, then I'd like to suggest that you give them a call. They can be reached at 1-613-967-9888. That's 1-613-967-9888, and grow on with CTCP.
Man, have you been to Canadays yet? Canadays, Campbellford's premier cannabis culture shop at 19 Bridge Street West. They've got bongs, oil rigs, grinders, and papers. Everything you need for consumption. They've got seeds, soil, nutrients, and dome trays too. Everything you need for cultivation. Get top quality seeds from top suppliers like Canuck, Crop King, and wholesaler Nexus. Canadays. They've got all kinds of awesome cannabis novelties, clothing, and apparel. I know, right? It's a lot more than just a bong shop. Interested in gaining legal access? Canadays can help. They're a P.A.C.E information center. You know, people advocating cannabis education. Come by the shop and check it out. 19 Bridge Street West, Campbellford. Canadays. Have your say without saying a word. Canadays.ca.
Growing your own vegetables, flowers, or even medicinal plants can be a challenge without the right equipment and proper know-how. At BMA Hydroponics, not only are they your urban horticultural experts and suppliers, but their staff holds the customer's needs paramount to making a sale. Family-owned with decades of experience and knowledge, they offer free advice in person, by phone, or email. BMA Hydroponics wants to ensure you have the advice you need, which is why you'll find tips and tricks on different ways to grow, like wick, ebb and flow, drip, or aeroponic system, as well as other helpful links at bmahydroponics.com. If you can't find what you're looking for, just let them know, and they'll do everything they can to get what you're looking for. At BMA Hydroponics, each staff member also possesses a federal exemptee MMAR license, making their strong suit empathy, experience, and dedication to their customers. Because when you know how to grow, you'll have results that make you proud. BMA Hydroponics in Belleville, Ontario. Visit bmahydroponics.com.
BMA offers cannabinoid testing, so if you want to prove you've got good medicine, head to BMA Hydroponics and prove it.
I'm fine, feeling kinda groovy. I read because of it to be. I'm mad, I'm gonna watch a movie. A good movie, real good movie. Red wine goes nice with some weight. Makes me wanna be the DJ. And my lady, she knows how to move it. Shake a booty, watch Buffalo with it.
Hey, we're back, and we are the P.A.C.E Radio Show, and we are being broadcast live at lifestyleradio.ca, Spreaker, TuneIn Radio, as well as that Shoutcast. At the beginning of the show, you heard Kim and I talking about the 420 Road Show. Some of the events that we'll be doing live for a few hours. We'll be reporting from them. As we mentioned, the Mum Cup in BC. We'll also be doing some the pop-up green markets in Toronto, the Global Marijuana March, Lift Expo, Peterborough Cannabis Day, an all-day thing at the Freedom Festival. Plus, we'll be at the Karma Cup and whatever else we have time and health for. And, yeah, exactly. So you can catch these live shows here at Lifestyle Radio. And Kim, you'll probably be right along there with us.
Yes, I will be.
Yes. And I also remind everybody that to catch some of the live programming here at Lifestyle Radio, such as Coverage Radio on Tuesdays, Coffee and Cannabis with To Marijuana on Wednesday mornings, plus Al and his crew with the 420 Radio Show. They come on every Friday night, 7 o'clock. And we're here every Wednesday, 8 o'clock. And tonight we're here with, Kim and I, right, Kim? We're with Antuanette Gomez of the Women's Grow Toronto and Pleasure Peaks.
Oh. Yes. We're back with Antuanette with Women Grow. And just closing out, before we went on break there, we were all about Women Grow. And I just wanted to close out that segment before we left it alone for a bit and give us some contact information. How do people get a hold of you if they do want to start a chapter of Women Grow?
Yeah, Women Grow, we want you to get involved, be a member, or start a chapter, whichever you can do. If you want to contact us, or just go to womengrow.com. If you want to contact me, I'm Toronto at womengrow.com. And find us on Facebook. We're Facebook.com/WomenGrowTO. And yeah, just follow us, or either on our Meetup. So we're on Meetup, Facebook, and email toronto@womengrow.com. Yeah.
Awesome. So reach out to Antuanette if you're interested in Women Grow Toronto, or possibly opening a chapter near you. She can help you out for sure.
Oh, yeah.
I wish you much success with it, Antuanette. It's a fabulous organization. I am so happy to see it's being revitalized once again in Toronto.
Yeah, because I know in the past there was great things that was done, and in the upcoming shows, we'll look at maybe coming down and covering one of the Women Grow events and do a live radio show, a road
That'd
show.
be amazing.
Yeah. Hook up one of our road shows during one of your events. That would be awesome. Let's see if we can look into that for you.
Definitely.
I know that people are itching at the bit. I know of personally a few people that are itching at the bit for me to get on with the next segment of the show, and that's discussing a different enterprise. One that is a business of yours that you have going on. It's a business called Pleasure Peaks. Now, Pleasure Peaks is quite an interesting business. You offer some lubricants that are infused, lubricants, of course, with cannabis for females to use and males alike, I guess. You offer also some other products that women could use in the bedroom, perhaps. And you also offer some classes and also offer something called tantric retreats.
Oh my gosh.
I would love to hear how you came up and tell me all about Pleasure Peaks.
I love Pleasure Peaks. Pleasure Peaks is my baby. I used to own the Zen Living lifestyle, which basically that's when I was living in Vancouver. I would teach people how to make cannabis butters, cannabis oils. I would do Ganja yoga classes and Thai yoga massage with cannabis oil. And I only went to BC for like 4 months. And when I left, there were like 25 dispensaries in Toronto. And when I came back, there were 115. And I was oh my God, it was the worst time. So I came back and a ton of people were, teaching other people to make topicals and how to cook with cannabis, which was what I was doing because my background is holistic nutrition. So I was just like, okay, well, there's so many other people doing this, the industry's large. Where do I feel fit? And something that I have been studying on the side was Tantra with who's my fiance now, boyfriend at the time. We were learning Tantra because we really wanted to delve into our relationship and really understand it more, because we were always like really interested in like the way we met and how we are. We're very, very much attached at the hip. We met 3 times in one day, and I've just like started seeing each other every single day since then. It's been crazy. So we really just wanted to learn more about that, especially me, and who doesn't want to increase like sexual intimacy and have multiple orgasms and get everything you need met in your relationship and your sex life. And it's something that I've always wanted.
Wow,
and since I learned Tantra, and it's been absolutely life-changing, I now own my own.
There's a lot in there. There's a lot in there to cover. I want to cover the oils. I want to cover the Tantra. I want to cover so much of what you just said. Let's start with the oils.
So I have an oil. No, I don't make them. I created the ingredients, the recipe, but I now have like a lab that does them, which is amazing. And it's also run by a female. But I have an oil-based lubricant and I have a water-based lubricant. So I love them because the oil base is really good because it's a coconut oil base, and the coconut oil is really good for a vaginal flora. So it puts like yeast infections at bay. They barely happen, and it keeps your skin really, really soft. And I really love the oil. But the thing is that some people that are having sex or not, just with themselves, are using sex toys, or maybe they're using condoms. And the thing is that oil aren't compatible with those things. Oil will easily break down latex. You would have to use like a polyethylene condom, which aren't always available.
Right.
So I formulated a water-based lubricant, which I love so much. And so now I use both. And the oil-based one has aphrodisiac, essential oils in them too, which are really beautiful and smells like roses. The water-based one, though, is compatible with sex toys and condoms, but they're both They both have CBD and THC in them. They have a CBD and THC blend. And what I love them for is increasing masturbation, or like tantric masturbation, rather than increasing sexual pleasure. Because yes, it will increase your sexual pleasure easily, because for a woman, it's relaxing the vaginal muscles, so she can actually allow herself to have an orgasm. Whereas for males, they have a better blood flow automatically because it's cannabis, and they usually end up being a little bit harder, which is what I've noticed. And so I'm getting amazing feedback from it. People love them. And what I love is that it's changed from a sexual heightening product to a sexual healing product line. Because if you use the cannabis lubricant line, I really want you to pair it with the yoni eggs that I sell. And a lot of the products go hand in hand, So I have yoni eggs, I have yoni steaming, and my lubricant line, which is really beautiful.
I'm rarely speechless during while somebody is speaking on our show.
I'm listening intently.
Yeah, I know you are.
She's answered some of my questions. So.
There you go. Okay, now
awesome.
You're going to have to maybe explain to some of us novices out here what are yoni eggs.
Yeah, yoni eggs. So yoni eggs are like these healing crystal eggs, basically, because all crystals have different healing abilities. And in traditional Chinese medicine, for thousands of years, women would be using jade eggs, and they would put them up their vagina, and they would actually just meditate with them, or just, have them in there for different reasons, because it will get your erotic energy back. What's really cool is that in traditional Chinese medicine, it's actually connected to your kidneys, which is where your erotic energy comes from. So a lot of women, even postmenopausal women, have even noted that they've gotten their periods back. But it's supposed to bring the youthfulness back to your yoni, and the yoni is Sanskrit word for your vulva.
Okay,
so,
there we go.
Yeah, Pleasure Peaks is an all-encompassing brand of sex, cannabis, and spirituality. So we have everything from women's circles to ganja yoga to our sexual healing line. That's what we have. Mm-hmm.
Amazing.
I see that all on your website there. The sex, the cannabis, and spirituality. Now you mentioned Tantra yoga. Now I know about cannabis yoga. I've done the ganja yoga years ago. It's been a while. But now what's this tantric yoga?
What is tantric yoga? Yeah, good question.
Yeah, I know, right? What is tantra?
I'm sort of.
Tantra is all about. So tantra is a philosophy and a practice, the same way yoga is. Okay, so you get to use these practices that you're trying to get connected within your divine energy with. So basically, with different breath work and different sexual practices that we can use, like genital practices and tips, you can really heighten, you can make your body do really interesting things. Like with these yoni eggs, women are actually able to have better sex because their yonis can actually be there for your partner. You can actually learn how to move this egg inside of you, which is super cool. Because, a lot of women are on birth control pills, and that will definitely make the lining of your vagina very, very weak. And over age, that happens as well. So we're having a lot of younger women have very weak vaginas. So if we're using these eggs, we're actually able to, actually pulsate, our yonis while during intercourse. Sex is so much better because you can actually be there instead of women that are usually disconnected during sex.
Muscle control. It's learning how to use the different muscles and manipulate the muscles inside your body. I guess the one thing that comes to my mind is those people that and then are able to bring them back up at will, whichever pieces in their body they choose. So, like I seen a guy swallow a video of a guy swallowed a paper clip and a coin, and he said, which one do you want back? And he picked that one out of his chest and he regurgitated it. It's a matter of using the right muscles, right? You can train any muscle to do stuff.
Yeah, I guess so, right?
Yeah.
It just has to be used. The body is like, can do incredible things, you know, I've always known that.
Yeah. So it's just a different muscle in the body, but it happens to be in a woman's.
And you know what's really cool? Like during the testing phases of my cannabis lubricant line, I also learned that you can get your vagina high. Like you won't be high, but your vagina will be high.
Really?
Yeah. And I think it's so cool because I feel like it almost has its own brain, like its own something. I know it definitely has a womb wisdom there because like we learn so much when we use these products, which is so cool. But I didn't know that you could actually get your vagina high. During the testing, I noticed that if a woman's vagina was too high, she had to literally sit down because she had to just bring her hips to the floor. You know, but like her head was completely fine. Like she didn't feel like high because, you know, topicals are a localized area, right? But since it's like the vaginal flora, it has such a high mucosa that it really, a little bit goes a really long way. So yeah, that's why my dosaging is very, very low. But yeah, I learned that it's really cool though, you know?
Yeah.
And we also, like, I'll let you know about the yoni steaming. The yoni steaming is basically just what they've been doing in India, you know? They have these medicinal herbs. Women would meet up once a month during the moon. I'm so sorry.
Oh, that's okay.
It's not the first dog that's appeared on the show.
Right, Kim? My thunder.
Yeah. I have dogs. That's happened to me.
But damn it, what was I talking about?
The yoni eggs.
The yoni eggs, yeah. We use them for a whole bunch of different reasons, but no, the yoni steaming.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So they would sit over these pots and they would steam their vulvas, right? So they sit over a pot, over a chair, and they would just steam the vagina. And what I would find is they're actually trying to cleanse their yoni from past sexual partners, which was like mind-blowing to me because energetically they would say is that, you know, every time a male would ejaculate into a woman, he's literally leaving a little bit of him inside of you. So how are you really going to get rid of that energetically, spiritually, mind, body, and soul, you know, always all like out. And so, you know, obviously me being wanting to do it myself, I tried it. So I went to New York and they had the Juvenex spa, which is the same spa that Gwyneth Paltrow did hers. I swear I am the Gwyneth Paltrow of cannabis. That's just like, it'll make it so much easier on your end if you know me like that. But so I got my yoni steamed and like, basically what we want you to do is to have a journal and to jot down thoughts that come up while you're steaming your yoni. And the first thought that came up was the first person I've ever had sex with. And I clearly haven't thought of that person in years. And it was so weird to think of it. And then, you know, I thought of like maybe one or two more exes at some point. And then all of a sudden I had a whole body high of like love just taking over my whole body. And then I felt like my boyfriend at the time, which was super cool. And he wasn't even in the city. So it's really cool to see like what kind of energy people are leaving behind, right? Or what you have with them. And to really, you know, therapeutically get that out, right? To not really hold on to it because we hold on a lot of things in life. And that's why we have the yoni eggs. We have different crystals for different reasons, you know. We have the jade egg, which is the traditional yoni egg, which brings back youthfulness. But we also have the rose quartz, which is definitely for women that need more self-love in their life. And then we also have the black obsidian because there's a lot of women that are dealing with sexual trauma as well. So we want to bring the yoni, the cannabis lubricant, to bring the awareness to your genitals, but to also have the healing of the crystal there as well. So it's really beautiful for women to connect with themselves, especially because I don't feel like most women do in today's world. You know, I ask women if they even know what their pussy looks like, and sometimes, you know, I don't get the answer I thought. But it's so beautiful that it's more of like an awakening movement that's going on, feminism right now. You know, the Women's March, like I mentioned, Women Grow. It's so beautiful to see what happens when women get together. So let's see how much we can really delve deep into our feminine side, you know?
Absolutely. I see mind, body, and spirit, right?
Mm-hmm.
I see on your website here that when you purchase your eggs, you also can get a training session.
Yes. So yeah, because when I first bought my first yoni egg, I didn't know how to use it, and it wasn't a good experience. And I was just like so clueless, you know. And that was like really hilarious though, because that's when like I wasn't connecting with my yoni at all, you know. Like I never felt like I ever had to do anything because I've always had an amazing boyfriend. So, you know, it was super weird. But now, you know, I have an amazing fiance and like we love using it together and we love experimenting. So, you know, you kind of grow with it. I think it's so, but the reason why I have that 1 hour to train people is because I want people to feel so comfortable using my products. I don't want them to go in super confused, you know, and not understanding how to use it and have a bad experience. So, and we only can use this.
I gotta ask because I know somebody's gonna ask me. How does this training work? Is it actual one-on-one training?
It's not one-on-one training, but you can do one-on-one. Like I do one-on-one tantric coaching for couples or singles, and yeah, I can teach you about yoni eggs for that as well. But the one, like, so online, it's my one yoni egg, which is $100. All of the yoni eggs are the same price because I want people to pick whatever yoni egg they want. And it comes with a 1 hour training with me just to let you know, like the guidelines of using a yoni egg, like how to clean it, how to remove it, how to use it with intention. And if you actually have a goal that you're trying to reach with it, how can I help you get to that goal?
So this would take place like on a chat on the internet.
I just tell them to send me an email and let me know 3 different times that are available for 1 hour, and I'll give them my times.
Awesome. Okay.
Now, a next question on these eggs. I see you say something here about drilled and not drilled. What's
Yeah. So the drilled have a hole in it, and the hole is because you can put a string through it, so it will be easier to remove. So it's a choice of either if you want it or not. And you don't have to choose when you purchase. You can choose when we talk, which is fine. You know, because you might not know which one is better for you, and I can definitely help you do that.
It appears that they come in multiple colors as well.
Yeah. So we have the jade, which is the green one, and the rose quartz is the pink one, and the black obsidian is black.
And now the different colors mean different things, though, right?
Yeah, definitely. Like I mentioned, like the jade one is to bring back youthfulness, and the rose quartz is definitely for women that want more self-love in that area. And the jade egg is also really good if you feel very dormant in that area. Like if you feel like you have an energy block, if you feel like you're not like sexually active at all, you know, which a lot of women are, or post-menopausal. And the black one is for women that are dealing with past sexual trauma. So that one is really, really good to good to have.
Mm-hmm.
And they come in all different sizes, drilled or non-drilled. So we can go through that 1 hour consultation to really just see which one's best for you.
Mm-hmm. And you've got that some of that information here on your website as well.
Yeah, it's all there at pleasurepeaks.com.
Correct.
Awesome. You have a Facebook page as well.
Yeah, I'm actually Facebook/Canalube. You can find me, but it's called Pleasure Peaks.
Pleasure Peaks. Okay, we're talking about pleasures. It's break time.
Okay.
See
I'll have to wait for the rest of my questions.
Yes, I got some too.
Awesome.
So, all right, we're going to hear some more from the salads, and when we return, Kim and I will continue our conversation with Antuanette Gomez of Women's Grow Toronto, I know, and the owner of Pleasure Peaks. You're listening to the P.A.C.E radio show here at lifestyleradio.ca. You're listening to the P.A.C.E radio.
Hang up and try again.
You're listening to Lifestyle Radio.
Growing your own vegetables, flowers, or even medicinal plants can be a challenge without the right equipment and proper know-how. At BMA Hydroponics, not only are they your urban horticultural experts and suppliers, but their staff holds the customer's needs paramount to making a sale. Family-owned with decades of experience and knowledge, they offer free advice in person, by phone, or email. BMA Hydroponics wants to ensure you have the advice you need, which is why you'll find tips and tricks on different ways to grow, like wick, ebb and flow, drip, or aeroponic system, as well as other helpful links at bmahydroponics.com. If you can't find what you're looking for, just let them know, and they'll do everything they can to get what you're looking for. At BMA Hydroponics, each staff member also possesses a federal exemptee MMAR license, making their strong suit empathy, experience, and dedication to their customers. Because when you know how to grow, you'll have results that make you proud. BMA Hydroponics in Belleville, Ontario. Visit bmahydroponics.com.
BMA offers cannabinoid testing, so if you want to prove you've got good medicine, head to BMA Hydroponics and prove it.
Man, have you been to Canada's yet? Canada's, Campbellford's premier cannabis culture shop at 19 Bridge Street West. They've got bongs, oil rigs, grinders, and papers. Everything you need for consumption. They've got seeds, soil, nutrients, and dome trays too. Everything you need for cultivation. Get top quality seeds from top suppliers like Canuck, Crop King, and wholesaler Nexus. Canada's. They've got all kinds of awesome cannabis novelties, clothing, and apparel. I know, right? It's a lot more than just a bong shop. Interested in gaining legal access? Canada's can help. They're a P.A.C.E information center. You know, people advocating cannabis education. Come by the shop and check it out. 19 Bridge Street West, Campbellford. Canada's. Have your say without saying a word. Canada's.ca.
Hi, this is Al Graham of the P.A.C.E radio show. Are you keeping pace, as in keeping people advocating cannabis education? If you're not, and you're a cannabis consumer, then why not? Others are working hard every day to help educate people about cannabis so you can enjoy your daily 420. Get involved and speak out. Be loud and proud so that you can keep pace. Tune into the P.A.C.E radio show every Wednesday at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time to hear about people advocating cannabis education here on lifestyleradio.ca.
Canada, the time to act is now. These days, your customers are seeking variety. Increase your earning potential by expanding your inventory with C.C. Nexus, Canada's largest cannabis seed wholesaler. C.C. Nexus stocks over 60 reputable breeders, including Canuck seeds, with a wealth of autoflower, regular, feminized, and CBD strains. All first-time customers will receive a free pack of Canuck seeds, plus a mug, t-shirt, and additional promotional materials. Add strains and increase your profit with CC Nexus, your Canadian-owned and operated wholesaler of cannabis seeds. Discreet, worldwide stealth shipping from Canada, supporting you locally. Call today, 1-844-843-7995, 1-844-843-7995, or visit us at ccnexus.global.
Thanks for tuning in to the P.A.C.E radio show. If you didn't already know, you can catch the podcast versions of our show, of the live broadcasts, by going to YouTube, Mixcloud, the U.S. version of iHeartRadio, and now you can also catch us at iTunes. Can you believe that, Kim? We're at iTunes.
We're on iTunes.
That's
Hooray!
awesome.
Yay, iTunes.
Yay. Tonight's bumper music was by the Ontario-based and Toronto area band known as the Salads. We got to hear some of their song "Weed and Wine." And if you enjoyed tonight's music, you want to hear more of it, then you can go to YouTube or put their name into a search engine, and that's the Salads. Actually, they performed here at our local movie theater over the years. So yeah. As you heard, Kim's with me, and Antuanette. I'm gonna mess that up again. Gomez, of Women Grow Toronto, and she's owner of Pleasure P.A.C.E, and that's what we've been discussing in the last segment. Was Pleasure P.A.C.E and what all Antuanette does there. And you mentioned you offered classes. And I noticed on your website there's single and group classes. So what's involved in these classes?
Well, I do tantric coaching, with one-on-one or with with a couple. Mm-hmm. I work with couples as well, but then we also have tantric workshops all the time. And basically they're just singles or couples come out. Anybody that wants to learn about Tantra, I usually teach a 101 class. And, I have them all the time at Alternity, at Christie and DuPont. And it's really beautiful to see just people come out that are interested, that just want to, delve deeper into their relationship. I feel like it's everything that I wanted and I got out of life. And it's helped me in so many different aspects of my life.
Now, in that category, you got to ask questions that Kim had mentioned earlier.
Of course.
When you're doing these group sessions, so is everybody is everybody naked and having sex and you're doing this, or is this all, is this all classroom
Sorry,
setting?
yeah, there's no nudity. It says it there. There's no nudity.
Okay, all right.
There's no genital touching, of course.
It's more about going through the motions and the poses and getting
okay.
your body
it's more like a class,
together.
an educational class. You sit down, I have a projector, and we get to speak a little bit about Tantra. Tantra is all about your sacred sexuality, your erotic and divine energy, learning how to use it in your body during sex, or just, having it with you in life, and also balancing the masculine and feminine in your life can be so empowering if you know how.
Right.
Absolutely.
Especially in your relationship.
As we mentioned during the break, we'll be doing, and I mentioned it going into the second segment, about Freedom Festival, which is a festival held at a naturist ranch, Freedom Fields Naturist Ranch near Tamworth. And I think that you would fit in there, to help with education and information and stuff like that. So I may have to give you a call.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, absolutely.
Don't be a stranger.
Yeah. Fits in a lot of places, for sure. I want to get back to the oil segment of it all. Now, the oils that you use, they're obviously used on females and males' genitals. But are they also used in massage or anything like that?
You can totally use it as a massage if you would like. Definitely.
Okay.
Well,
now,
actually, no. The water base would be too slippery.
Okay.
Yeah, definitely you could.
Right on. And the effects of the oil, how does it affect women? And is it good for anything besides arousal?
Yeah, so what I love is that it's a CBD blend and it's a THC blend. So the CBD is helping with women's menstrual periods and their cramps that they're having as well. But it's also helping women a lot of women feel a lot of pain and discomfort during sexual intercourse. So it's really easing that pain for them as well.
Okay. Yeah. I know exactly the issues that you're talking about from other women that I've spoken to over the years. That is an issue for many women. So it's a pain reliever as well.
Yeah, most definitely. It's like a cannabis topical, like anywhere, right?
Awesome. I want to touch on another thing. You were part or attended a conference as well.
So many conferences I've spoken.
Kim, I think you turned your head.
Oh, my bloody Mike. I'm looking at my notes, and every time I do that, I turn my head.
No, yeah. What conference are we talking about?
We're talking about the conference in New York that was on psychedelics and love.
Yeah, that was a beautiful, that was actually such an amazing conference. The Horizon Conference, Perspective on Psychedelics. So you get a whole bunch of people that are in medicine studying, spores and mushrooms and their therapy towards post-traumatic stress disorder, but also towards depression and a whole bunch of different areas. And they're finding all of these really cool data actually, and like studies, and it's going really well. So I just really want to be a part of that. I have loved mushrooms since always, and I feel that using it as using that mushrooms as a partner can be very helpful. You go into different dimensions with a partner. It's beautiful. And you can do that with yoga as well, like partner yoga.
Yeah. Magic mushrooms, psychedelic cyclamen, has also been used to treat different forms of mental illness as well.
Mm-hmm. And there's so many amazing resources. I love MAPS because they have so many psychedelic dinners all around the world. And MAPS is MDMA for psychedelic research, but it's not mushrooms, of course, but it's definitely psychedelic, right? And it's super cool how I wasn't really pro MDMA. Wasn't a really huge fan, but he definitely was able to change my mind on that. So that's what really pushed me to be more open-minded towards psychedelics and see them as another holistic therapy that's kind of following the cannabis way of breaking drug law.
Yeah, they can be very useful in a lot of ways. I've heard of cyclamen used in many trial studies lately.
Yeah, it's exciting. It's an exciting time to be alive, isn't it?
I've seen some of the stuff where they've even used LSD to deal with issues. Yeah.
Yeah,
psychedelics are an interesting thing.
Yes, they are, aren't they?
They most certainly are. They most certainly are. So lubricants and the yoni eggs and the tantric massage and the tantric classes, women grow on top of that. You're quite the busy lady.
Always have been. But the thing is I just do everything I love, honestly. I absolutely love what I do, helping women have a better sex life and a relationship. Most importantly, they just get their needs met. They're completely satisfied in life, on a completely new level that they've never experienced before. I get to uplift a woman with their businesses and empower them, not just in my city, but in others as well with Women Grow. So these are all amazing opportunities to do everything I would love to do in my life, So I'm so excited to be here.
Yeah. I asked you about your classes that you offer. Now I also see that you have retreats.
Oh my goodness, yes. Oh my God, thank you. My tantric retreats, they are amazing. Oh my goodness. They're absolutely so ridiculous. They're on this mega mansion right on the lake in Muskoka. It has an indoor pool. It has a hot tub with rose petals. It has an artisan dab bar and, specialty flowers picked out. We have a celebrity chef, Norm. He's made tons of cannabis dinners, even for licensed producers as well, for years, actually. And we do tantric workshops, throughout the whole weekend, but they're completely optional because you can either just take advantage of the house and just use it as the most pampered luxury palace ever, you know, and share that with your partner. But if you want to go even more deeper, you can learn these like few classes, these few workshops. They're only 3 hours every day. They're completely optional. Wow. So it's a beautiful getaway, you know, to have with your partner. And I always recommend anybody that's in a relationship, you know, we're all busy. We, you know, both partners are usually working. I feel that most partners should be definitely going away like 4 times a year. You know, you have to find that space. You are dedicated to a partnership. You know, you have to do your space.
Yeah, we need to take time for each other always. That's how you make your relationship survive. We need to take time for each other always. So it sounds like a fantastic retreat. Where does that take place?
Up in Muskoka. I won't like mention it online, like the address. It's very secretive. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. You're in the Muskoka area. Now, how often do you have these? I noticed you just had one, didn't you?
Yeah, I just had one on Valentine's. But the thing is I usually do international retreats. So this is that was my first time doing it in Toronto, and I kind of wanted to test the waters to see if like it was going to be successful. But the feedback was amazing. So like I'm definitely planning to have like maybe 2 a year. I would love to have 4 a year, but you know I'm busy. I'll probably have 2 a year, you know. And people are loving it. So keep in touch, like on pleasurepeaks.com and our Facebook page. They're coming for sure.
And you also, I think I saw some stuff. You attend that Green Market in Toronto?
Yeah, that's what I was going to say about the products with the lubricants and stuff. Where can people purchase that? And I noticed you're at the Green Market, which is one of my faves of all time. So that's fantastic.
That's awesome. I love the Green Market. I love it so much. But it's just online now, actually. So you can buy it online. It can come straight to your door. And it ships everywhere in Canada. So that's the only thing. So I can't reach my American market, but I'm completely working on it since I was just there. So it might happen in the future, hopefully.
But you're also available at the Green Market.
Mm-hmm. Not anymore, though. But maybe we'll see. We'll see. But you can always keep posted. Green Market is always having different vendors, and it's such an amazing way to see your local cannabis, like craft cannabis products, right?
Correct.
Absolutely. Yeah. Oh, absolutely. There's so much on tap at the Green Market, always.
What's I'm just reading your about page here on your Facebook page on your website. Mary Jane Spa Days.
Yeah. So that was tons of fun. With women, we would have like medicated facials. We had like a coffee scrub that was medicated. We basically had like a spa day, and it was really good. And I hope to have them more in the future. But the thing is, I'm just going to be doing them most likely through Woman Grow. So you'll find me there.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I love how they're just both companies are so complementary to each other. Like I said, it's what I love.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yes.
Well, and as long as we do what we love, we'll never tire of it.
Well, that's the thing, you know, you got to do something that you enjoy doing, because if you don't enjoy doing it, then it just becomes something that's, you know, a pain in the butt, and it can, you know, wear you down. But if it's something that you enjoy doing daily in and out, you look forward to your day instead of, you know, going, oh Christ, back to the factory, you know, Joe so-and-so is going to yell at you all day long.
And it's like there's such a high number of people with depression, and it's only getting worse right now with like how technology is really making us feel like we're connecting, but we're feeling more isolated than ever, you know? And I really like Tantra is really showing how to have a conscious relationship, to have a real relationship with mind, body, and soul, the whole person, you know, to really honor them for who they are. And it's so important to learn. And I feel like it changes your life, just how much appreciation you have for everybody, and your relationships are just so much more better. So I feel like it's a skill we kind of lost along the way.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. Oh yeah. Well, that's the thing. We're so busy in life now. Everyone's running here, running there. So
nobody takes the time to take anything, and we think, just like you said, we think we're connected, but we are so very disconnected now with people. Nobody sits in a room and has conversation and just unplugs anymore, and it makes us feel isolated. We become used to texting for conversation rather than face to face, and we all know that doesn't work.
That's right. Yeah, exactly.
Just a little background on you too. We kind of skipped over it in the beginning. You also attended the Canadian School of Natural Nutrition. You're a graduate from there. So you've studied nutrition and natural health. So you're well aware of the things that you're discussing.
Sorry, I'm well aware of what you cut out there.
Of everything that you're discussing. You've been educated in all of this. You're not. It's not just online education or something. Like you're educated.
Yeah, and boy, did I learn so much at that school. Nutrition is the root of everything. Oh my goodness, I didn't like it. Change it, like just changing my diet changed my whole life. I used to be like around 180 pounds, and I struggled with my digestive system like well throughout all the way up until college, up until like I really signed up. Right, I used to work in the music industry, and it was really unhealthy. So I kind of, started eating again, and I started seeing physical changes on my body. So I wanted to study more, and I just learned so much. It's so important it's so empowering to
for sure.
choose what you want to really, impact your body, to have that choice, to know, how to make an educated choice.
Yeah, absolutely. And the thing is it's natural nutrition. I mean, today we can all go to a doctor and they'll send us to what they call a nutritionist. And they're going to pull out their little guide from Health Canada and tell you about the pyramid and this and that, and dietitian, and this is what you got to do, and drink Ensure, and all of these nasty things that are so horrible for you. And, we
the
need
Canadian
more people.
Guide is criminal.
It should be against the law. I mean, it's just horrible. So, the fact that you're educated in this natural nutrition and you're trying to pass this information on to people, it is just fantastic that you're using so many avenues to expand that knowledge and extend it to everyone else.
Yep, exactly. Well, we're down to the last 8 minutes, Antuanette and Kim, and we're getting pretty close to where we usually like to do, not the shout out yet, but find out if there's anything that you would like, that we haven't covered yet, that you would like to mention.
I think we covered it, I really like that you guys really captured the essence of Pleasure Peaks very well. I always try to explain it the best that I can.
You did fantastic from a novice to some pros that are out there. I'm sure we're all pretty happy with our answers.
Yeah.
That's good. Yeah, I love that it helps just so much women, and if any woman or even relationship or couple feel that they connected with it, to please reach out to me. I also you can go to AntuanetteGomez.com, and that's just everything that I do. It has my Women Go stuff, the Horizon Conference, my tantric coaching is on there as well. But just to contact me, reach out if you ever need help. I'm always there for the people that need me. Right? I have a very specific specialty and niche in the industry. And I am of service.
Yes.
Excellent.
Yes. I don't know of a company along this line.
Yeah, me neither. So, I mean, you're the only one, so you do have a niche.
Yeah,
and a niche corner there for sure.
I'm pulling up your AntuanetteGomez.com. I see you got the word lifestyle in the top there. It's good to see, being that we're on Lifestyle Radio.
Yeah, right on. Right on.
Okay, well, talking about websites. Usually we'll give you some time here to plug away at as a shout out to let us know where people can find you, or if there's somebody that you would like to throw a shout out to, or a company or whatever.
Yeah. You can catch me. I'm all over the place. You can catch me at womangrow.com. You know, you can follow our Facebook page, the Woman Grow Toronto. I'm also at.
You got a Women Grow Twitter or anything like that?
No, we're not on Twitter, but we have a Facebook page, and it's just woman. It's Facebook/WomanGrowTO.
Yep.
But you can also follow me on Twitter. It's Antuanette. It's ITSANTUANETTE. I know it's difficult. It's spelled the Spanish way. And Peruvian, actually.
Hey, I found you on Twitter.
Awesome. Perfect.
There
you can also reach me at so Pleasure Peaks and Women Grow would be amazing. Okay, and I want to give a shout out to the L Collective that's coming out, and it's another collective of women business incubators, which is super exciting. So look out for them. They have a Facebook page as well, the L Collective.
Good.
So yeah, just supporting another woman-led organization.
Very nice. Good. It's good when everybody works together.
Yeah, and I hope to see you guys on the first Thursday of every month.
Yes. Well, depending on the weather. We were supposed to attend one last weekend, but as we all saw on Sunday, we all got a pile of snow.
That was quickly halted.
Yeah, that's put a bit of a damper on things, but okay. So people can find you at pleasurepeaks.com, and they can find you on Facebook with Women Grow.
I'm just Toronto at womangrow.com if you want to email me.
Instagram?
Yeah, I love Instagram. I'm pleasure_peaks, and I'm also Antuanette G. So it's ANTUANETTEG on Instagram.
That was the one that I found?
Yeah, my Instagram is bomb as hell.
There you go.
I do a lot of international speaking, so we have amazing pictures from Bali and Dubai. Because people want to know all about this Tantra stuff worldwide. It's helping so much women, you know?
Yeah. Especially if you're talking about women's stuff in Dubai, because you're over in the Middle East, and you can, there are some issues there. So
yes, lots of issues.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, Kim, have you got somebody you're going to throw a shout out to promote this weekend?
I'm gonna give my shout out this weekend to Canada Relief, to CanadaRelief.ca or .com. Sorry, Facebook at Canada Relief. They supplied me with my tonight's festivities for me. I was using some Death Star sativa that I received from them.
Yeah.
And I've got to tell you, the stuff is just fantastic. So contact Canada Relief for all your flower needs.
I love Death Star. Oh, so yummy.
Do you?
Yeah.
Got some seeds. Haven't grown it yet, though. I have to give that one a try. Okay.
Yes.
Let's see. I got to remind everybody about the free stuff. Go to PACE-online.ca and write us a message saying you want some free stuff, and we will mail it out to you if you're not within the area. And make sure that you can educate some people. Keep educating people with it. So, and also a reminder to everybody know that I will be back next Wednesday. Debbie Stolz-Kiffin, she will be joining me with her guests. We were available on Facebook at P.A.C.E Radio Show, Twitter at P.A.C.E Radio, Instagram P.A.C.E Radio Show, and so we're around on social media. Thank yous. As always, we like to thank our sponsors for the show, and that's some friendly folks over there at BMA Hydroponics, who are located in Belleville, Ontario. Also, they're available online at bmahydroponics.com. CC Nexus, Canada's cannabis seed wholesaler, who's found at ccnexus.global. They've got lots of seeds listed in their catalog. As always, the man behind the baggie, Al Rapp, here at Lifestyle Radio. Always got to thank him works hard behind the scenes to get everything going. And a huge thank you to you, Antuanette. It's great that you came onto the show, talked to us about all this stuff. And
thanks for having me.
Hey, we really appreciate you doing this. And we'll have to have you on in the future as well. And like I said, we're going to have to come down and cover you with the roadshow.
Hey, you guys are so close. I hope to see you guys a lot more in the future.
Yes. And awesome. In case anybody wasn't aware yet, Antuanette is with Women's Grow Toronto and her company P.A.C.E. And Kim, I always got to thank you for getting your wonderful guests. We really appreciate what you do for the program. And I'd also like to thank our listeners. Without our listeners tuning in the program, we wouldn't be spreading stuff. So we always appreciate our listeners, and we always like to thank them as well. So thank you, everybody. And just so you know, we've been stared at in the truck just as they went by again. This is about sitting in the window here, and the ambulances have come back too. So, all right. Well, that's the end. We'd like to thank everybody, and good night.
Good night, everybody.
So what are you doing? Nothing? Why not?
Trying to get on this Lifestyle Radio website.
Sounds like a cool website.
Yeah, it's alright. Oh, wait, I might have it.
You might have it.
You're listening to Lifestyle Radio.
The opinions expressed during this show are those of the individual participants and do not necessarily reflect the opinions of their associated organizations or Lifestyle Radio.